Ian Garry versus Michael Venom Page. I will give my predictions next week to gives us something to talk about without you here. What do you think?
I'm leaning Michael Venom Page. Do you want more?
It?
No, you said quick. You said quick fire.
Oh no, just give me a bit of Anthony Smith analysis.
I just haven't seen. I haven't seen Ian Garry really engage in the grappling and wrestling part of it, and I think this would be a really bad fight to do it. Michael Venom Page is so good from the outside. He's so fast. I think that he confuses Ian Garry. He's so fundamentally sound. I like Ian Garry. I think he does a really good job. He's very good at what he does, but he is very fundamentally sound. And it seems like guys that are very fundamentally sound kickboxers have a really tough time with a guy like MVP.
No, certainly agree. I'm just looking at the card here, and I just noticed, I didn't know this before, Andrei Arlovsky's fighting on there.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. I was just like, oh my God, fair play. I mean, when is he ever going to retire? It's crazy. He's the same age as me. And what's his record? Hold on.
A lot.
34, 23 losses. Been in the UFC since like 2000 and God knows what.
Yeah, that's crazy.
UFC has been since 2000. UFC 28. You know, and
24 years. You had a little stint outside the UFC, but mostly
he went
to
Affliction. He fought Fedor Emelianenko. When who was it?
Anthony Rumble Johnson broke his jaw in like Titan FC somewhere at heavyweight.
When Kamaru was talking about respect, he's one of those guys that you just have respect for.
For sure.
You know,
the longevity and him being around, that's crazy.
Yeah, but he was a champion as well.
Yeah,
you know,
who's he fighting?
Martin Boudet.
Oh,
yeah. All right, this is the main card. So it opens with that. Then it's Mayra Bueno Silva versus Macy Chiasson.
Man, Macy Chiasson has been looking really, really good in her last couple fights. And Mayra Bueno Silva didn't look very good in her last fight at all. She's insanely.
Was that Raquel Pennington?
Yeah. And she gave Raquel some fits, but compared to where their skill sets seemingly were before the fight and during it, you would think Mayra was supposed to win that fight, but she just seemed like she had a brain fart and just, I don't know, she had a tough time really sticking to the game plan. Every time her coaches told her to do something, she do the total opposite. She's got a lot of maturity that she needs to gain. And I don't think Macy Chiasson that's a mean chick. She's just mean in there. So I think Macy gets it done.
Next up on the docket, it's a very interesting fight. It's a fascinating clash of styles. It's the most handsome guy in the UFC.
Yeah, the best looking guy versus the ugliest guy.
He's got great kickboxing. He's from New Zealand. He's got a sexy accent. He's got an excellent, sheen when the light catches him and he's sweating. And beautiful style. His styles is almost as pretty as his face. He's on a 6-fight win streak. 5 of those by way of stoppage, mind you. Okay. And he's not a one-trick pony. He's knocked people out, and he's also got a submission on there as well.
Jiu-jitsu black belt.
He's taking on this really ugly dude from Omaha.
Yeah.
Anthony Lionheart Smith.
Yeah,
what's the prediction, Anthony? Old job.
I think I win by finish. I think the first round is probably super competitive, but I think he drowns just in the mess that I create. I think he falls apart once we get deep. That's my prediction.
I think. I mean, look at your experience. Look at what if you're in shape, you're ready mentally. You've done the homework on him. Now it's just about executing. Of course, anything can happen in there, but
anything can happen, and he's skilled enough to win. So
he is.
A lot of respect, but not too much. So that's my prediction.
I will say this: he's a really nice guy.
That's what I've heard. I've never talked to him.
You never spoke to him.
Never spoke to him.
I've chatted to him a few times.
Fuck him then. He's nice and he's good looking and he can fight.
He's well mannered.
He's got an amazing accent.
He's
bullshit.
Respectful. Do you know what I mean?
He deserves to lose.
He comes from money.
It's probably better.
Loaded.
It's probably better for him that he does lose.
Teach him a lesson.
Keep him humble.
Give him some adversity.
He'd be so perfect.
So I'm doing this for you, Carlos. Right. You've just had everything handed to you on a goddamn plate.
I want him to grow as a man.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, Brian Ortega, Diego Lopes.
Man, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Diego Lopes. I think that
I kind of agree.
He's streaking right now. I think he's really dangerous on his feet. I know that he's in really good shape because every single time I work a card, he is there training all week long with whoever he's there with Alexa Grasso. He was in Brazil. I mean, he's just one of those guys that he's living that life right now. I think that he's got a lot of momentum. It's going to be hard to stop. And he's a wild man. And I hold him in really high regards for that loss he took to Movsar.
Yeah. Because
that was a really good fight. And Movsar has kind of been dominating everybody since. I mean, that's the same guy that I don't want to say dominated, but, beat Arnold Allen pretty handedly by the end of it. And I think I think the world of Arnold Allen. So that means I hold Movsar very high. And I believe that with a full training camp, I think Diego Lopes wins that fight.
And Alex Pereira, and Diego Lopes, he might have the best smile in all of MMA.
Yeah,
it's the most heartwarming smile.
Happy. Yeah, it makes you happy.
Yeah. I mean, no, who am I kidding? That's Carlos Solberg. He's got the best smile. Of course he does. No, I was at the Apex Saturday night and I ran to the bathroom and I'm coming out and Diego walks by. He said, "Hey, brother," and he come over and I just washed my hands. I'm like, "I can't shake your hands. My hands are wet." He said, "I don't care. I said, "No, you're being polite." I give him a fist bump, but just the biggest smile and the hair and everything. There's an energy to him. There really is. He's
got a different type of energy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And then, of course, the main event, Anthony. Pereira, Jiri Prochazka, the rematch. What do you think?
I think it's Pereira. I think that just for all the reasons I spoke about earlier, I think that I think Jiri's very hittable. I think that Alex is it's just a style thing. I think that Jiri gets put out again because I think he's so wild. If you take away what makes him so great, it's his carelessness, his wild man mentality, his creativity. All of those things do get him hit from time to time. And if you remember, he got his leg torn up in the first Alex Pereira fight, which kind of led to the mess that he ended up in. We go back to the Alexander Rakic fight. Alexander Rakic is very kick-based, not really known to be a very good boxer or really heavy-handed. And Alexander Rakic really tore his lead leg up. So he hasn't addressed that at all. So now we're going back into another fight where your leg was just torn up pretty bad not that long ago. And you and I both know how long these calf kicks can linger. It can be months and months before your leg feels the same, if it ever does again. So I think that the calf kicking problem is the kicking liability is a problem. I think that he's so hittable because of his wild man mentality. He's irresponsible on his feet.
Yeah. I've said kind of similar things.
And I say that with all respect. I love watching Jiri fight. I think he's amazing. Same. I love everything he stands for. I love his personality. I love his style. I love to watch him fight. I think he's great for the division. But if we're just speaking as analysts, that's what I see.
He's one of my favorites to watch because he is such a wild man and he has such immense power and an incredible ability to absorb damage as well, and he's all action right from the get-go. But I would be lying that when I watch Jiri Prochazka, I'm not kind of alarmed at times when I see the chin up in the air and it's kind of like a karate stylist or whatever. The hands are kind of low, the chin's up, things are kind of telegraphed. It's not smooth. It's not like in a boxing style. It's very hittable. And the problem is against somebody like Alex Pereira, if you're very hittable against somebody who's known for being the hardest hitter right now, it's never a good mix.
It's a problem. It's a stylistic nightmare for Jiri.
All right, today's episode is brought to you by the 8 Sleep Pod cover. I've talked about this a lot. I love this thing. Rebecca loves this thing. The 8 Sleep mattress pod cover, it just slips right over the mattress like a normal mattress cover. And then it has all kinds of heating and cooling technology built into it. So you get a comfortable night's sleep. You sleep deeper and then you wake up more rested, okay? And then you can set either side of the bed as low as 55 degrees or the other side as high as 110 degrees. Obviously, you just tweak it. Then you have the app. It tells you your resting heart rate when you sleep. It tells you your quality of sleep. It tells you exactly when you were awake and asleep throughout the night. It gives you a sleep score. It tells you how much REM sleep, how much deep sleep, and what you need to do to improve your sleep going forward. Give it a try. You're going to absolutely love this thing. I can't say enough good things about it. The body needs to drop in temperature when you fall asleep and then slowly start to rise. So I just want to point out that the pod cover doesn't stay at that temperature that you set it at. Then it goes on like its program and alters and changes throughout the night so you get the perfect night's sleep. Anyway, 8sleep.com/Bisping to get $200 off and free shipping.